introduction about the testing. Now let's jump into software development life cycle, also known as SDLC in short. So like the name suggests, the whole thing is it has a life cycle. So that means it's repeatable. It goes into maintenance stage and everything repeats. So that's software development. So even though it just says development, it includes business requirements, analysis, development of the code, and testing, everything, and release. So just the name is development, but everything comes under the development. So hence the name is software development life cycle. So the first stage is management stage, in which the stakeholders, clients and managers, they meet. So they send invitation to each other and they just discuss basic stuff like how do we get started and everything. And then there is a kickoff meeting. All right, kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting, and in the kickoff meeting they will actually start the real conversation about the project. Proposal document will be produced, which is also called project initiation document, PID or PIN. You can both will be used. So then official stages would start. In the official stages, they actually mimic the waterfall methodology. So hence I also gave waterfall methodology, so which is one of the methodologies we use. It's in sequential order, just like waterfall. So hence the name waterfall methodology. So the advantage of this is every step is complete and only then next step follows. That's the advantage. That means you can make sure the previous step is totally complete and then only you start the next step. The disadvantage is you have to wait until the each step is complete. Then only you have to start the next step. You cannot start the next step until the previous step is complete. So that's a little bit time taking, and some other teams have to sit idle, and that's obviously not good for the project. So that's one of the disadvantages in the waterfall methodology. So the official stages include these, actually mimic the SDLC. So SDLC steps are these, including but not limited to. So the number one step is requirement gathering. That is the first official stages. I mean, after the kickoff meeting and everything, which are non-official stages. These are all called non-official stages. I'll just write it down. So official stages are these. That means we are gonna get involved as test team or development team or design team or architect team or infrastructure team. Okay, there will be many teams in the IT project, right? So requirement gathering, as the name suggests, this step involves gathering the business requirements. So what that means is the business analysts, or in short known as BAs, would sit with the clients and note down all the requirements, whatever they want to implement, just in plain English. And once they gather the requirements, they will document them in proper English by giving them a business requirement ID, each point, just like a bullet point. So these are called business requirements because they are specifically relates to business and they are called business requirements. So that is the first and foremost stage. And second stage is analysis and planning. So what does it mean by analysis and planning? So after the business requirements are done, what they will do is they will hire the system analysts. Okay, so that would be the separate team. BS team is separate and system analyst team is separate. So they will, whatever the business requirements that are gathered by the business analyst team, they will analyze them. Okay, so analyze those requirements and interpret these plain English requirements into diagrams or wireframes. Okay, so diagrams are pure diagrams, just non-animated. So wireframes mean they are animated a little bit with a mimicking the functionality. Like for example, if it is a login page, the diagram would just depict in JPEG or PNG format, just with the username, password, and login button and cancel button. That's all. Wireframe would actually mimic. So if you can enter something into user ID field and it will validate after clicking the OK button, then it will display the error. Okay, so that's just mimicking basic functionality. You can also, they can also incorporate wireframes in a PPT, PowerPoint. So this team is called system analyst, in short known as SCS, and there will be the hybrid team, which consists of business analyst and system analyst, which is known as business system analyst team. Okay, all are in short known as BSAs, business system analysts. So what they will do is they will write the system test cases. So exactly what to do with those, what are the different possible scenarios with these requirements depicted diagrammatically and wireframe wise too. Okay, so once these requirements are depicted or interpreted in terms of diagrams and documented properly, okay, so they will give these documents, which are known as system requirement specification documents. In analysis planning, they will produce system requirement specification documents, in short SRS. So when business requirement gathering is done, they will come up with document called business requirement specification document, in short known as BRS. So BRS will be forwarded to system analyst and they will come up with SRS document. So SRS document will be, business requirement spec BRS. Okay, so business requirement specification document will be forwarded to SCS, and SCS will produce SRS document and they will forward this SRS document to system design